Julianne, so around the Christmas holiday season, for whether you're single, in a relationship, there's certainly a lot of things to look forward to doing and a lot of things that kind of make you think of what you don't have. So when, around this time of year, what are some of the challenges or a lot of the questions that kind of come up for both single men, single women, and then just people in relationships in terms of whether it's what to get each other or just kind of how to improve self or, just trying to overcome any obstacles in that person's life so that they can be a more attractive individual emotionally, physically, and so forth?
All right. That's a big question you asked. So I guess we should break it down into little pieces. So the first is what are single people experiencing during this time of year, during the holidays? Typically what I see with people who are single during this time of year, unfortunately during the holidays, starts at Thanksgiving, goes through the new year, they're really struggling in terms of really dealing with their singleness. With the holidays, absolutely shines a huge light on their being single, and it can really, the holidays can be very, very depressing for some people, right, who are especially single. Now we have COVID, so they're even more isolated, which is unfortunate. But what I typically would tell my clients is, regardless of COVID or not, you're going to want to try and connect as much as you possibly can. This time of year is a wonderful time to volunteer. Of course, you want to be safe. You want to try and make sure you take measures to protect yourself. But if there is something that you really, a cause that is really near and dear to your heart, you may want to try and find a way to volunteer. There are homeless shelters. There are food pantries that are in real dire need of support this year, unfortunately, because of our situation. If there's a way that if you don't have an underlying health condition and you're able to go out and perhaps solicit neighbors, businesses, family members to collect potential food sources for homeless or, people who need food, that would be a great suggestion I would make. Please, think about that by volunteering. It's sometimes giving back to community really helps you as the individual. It's a win-win, right? So it's a way to connect. It's a way to feel good. It's a way to give back. And every now and then I've had people meet someone by volunteering because you're meeting someone who's like-minded. So there's that.
That makes sense. It's a good point. Just kind of being in that particular situation. You never know.
Yeah. And if you're feeling, a little depressed during this time, I would definitely tell you to take care of your health. Your mental health is really important at this time. We all know that. Again, it's magnified during the holidays. So if I would not suggest going to a gym at this point, but you can get out. Put on a hat, put on gloves, put on a coat, get yourself, warm and get out and go for a walk. Just enjoy the fresh air. Try and stay away from areas if you, again, have an underlying health condition. If it's something that you're concerned about, I completely understand and can relate to. But, definitely try and get out and get some vitamin D, some sunshine. Even if it's for a little while, just make sure you get yourself out and into the sunlight and some fresh air.
Sunshine's good, even in the winter. Just got to bundle up, though.
Yeah, you do. Bundling up is good. That's what I was trying to explain. But yeah, bundle up and get yourself out, and social distance a walk with someone. Wear your mask and go for a walk with a friend who has been adhering to the guidelines.
For the couples around this time of year who are, I guess, especially in times of a pandemic, in terms of maybe limited in what you can or can't actually do due to some of the restrictions and everything. And then even generally speaking, what are some of the things that couples can do to kind of, feel the spirit of the holiday season and that togetherness, that doing stuff together, just kind of trying to figure out how to grow together?
Sure. So I'm going to take it with an assumption that couples are in each other's bubble, right?
Right.
So we're not going to really need to worry about social distancing. I would say really try and build up this holiday. I think this year especially we need some joy. So make something together, make a meal together, make hot chocolate together, decorate a tree together, or something that is holiday related that would really bring joy into your life. Think about a gift that you can give each other maybe when things really die down, and hopefully in the summer you can go on a hike together or go away together. Make plans together. That's exciting to have something to look forward to. Right now, when you're looking at just where we are, what we're doing, the holiday is coming, we're going to be a little bit isolated from family. That can, again, bring a damper on the holidays. But look to really plan something for the future for the two of you so that you have something to look forward to and bring an air of excitement to things.
In terms of gifts, I want to get your take on this too. For, I guess, however long a couple is dating, is there a limit on what you should or shouldn't be getting your significant other around the holidays or for Christmas or anything? Or how much is too much? How little is too little in terms of, I guess, monetary amounts or coming up with something? If you're dating for a few months or a few years, or if you're in, an actual marriage or anything else, what are some of the things that couples can look to get each other in terms of gifts around the holidays?
Sure. So I think more of a thoughtful gift is a better way to go rather than something over the top and grandiose. I'm not a big believer in grandiose gestures. I think it's like you're trying too hard. So what I would suggest, if you're newly dating, you've had a couple of dates, but it's not anything that's really defined yet, like you haven't met the significant people in their life, your partner's family or anything like that, and it's just been a few dates, buy them something that is really going to speak to them on a personal level, right? Find an author that they like. Buy them a nice book or, something that they really enjoy eating. Maybe you can make them a special meal. Doing thoughtful gifts is more important, especially in the early stages where you're really not sure where the relationship is going. So you're clearly not going to be going out and buying them, jewelry or anything of that nature. It's too soon. Too much too soon can really be like overwhelming and can scare people as well. So keep it simple. When it's someone who you've been with for a while, I would say the same thing, actually. After a while, it becomes, you can buy anything today. We can really buy anything. If you can think it's probably out there. But perhaps maybe baking your significant other something special would be really nice. Or if you're an artist, make them something. I think we really, go to the big box shops to try and meet our significant other's needs when we don't think about, the more meaningful gifts that we can give. I mean, depending upon how long you're together, a husband and wife, maybe you can get some nice essential oils with a nice smell and give each other a nice massage in privacy and share that experience, which can reinvigorate and reignite romance too. So there's a lot of different things you can do that don't have to be over the top grand gestures.
And sort of along that note, whether it's a couple in a dating relationship or a couple who's been married for a while, if you get a gift that maybe you don't like but don't know how to express or don't feel comfortable with, what are the best ways to kind of go about having a conversation with your significant other without it hurting feelings or turning into an argument or anything like that?
Sure. And you said it. You use the magic word, and it's communication, right? So we always run the risk of hurting someone when we're saying we don't like what they've made for us or purchased for us. So it's really a sensitive subject. But hopefully you know your partner and you can sit down with them and say, I love that you put so much thought into this, and I do appreciate that. But it's not really something I'm going to use, and perhaps we can return it and put the money elsewhere. Like, I think being very honest is the best way to go, and having that conversation around, having the need met is important.
On I guess, more of a down note around the holidays, and there's certainly a lot of good that comes with it, but I know something you've posted on social media on your accounts is just kind of the difficulties as well, in terms of maybe if it's a relationship that has a lot of ups and downs, isn't going so well. In terms of approaching, especially if you're thinking of breaking up with someone or kind of letting them go, how do you do that around the holidays? Is it the best way to do it before or afterwards?
So that's a definitely personal assessment someone has to make. I will tell you, working with singles for 15 years and hearing stories, I would say 98% of the people wait until after the holidays are over. It's just easier, you for so many reasons. That it's potentially going to spoil someone's holidays, so out of sensitivity, you stay with them. So I would probably say it's a very personal assessment someone needs to make. But if it's a difficult relationship, like a really painful relationship, if there's any type of abuse involved, then I would say obviously get out as soon as possible. But if it's a relationship that you've been in for a while and it just seems to be, ending naturally, I would probably wait till after the holidays, and most people do.
What are some of the other questions that you get asked a lot by your clients around the holidays, in terms of what to do or what to say, for themselves, for, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, in terms of maybe what to do, what to say, what activities to do, kind of how to enhance romance around the holiday season? Oh,
sure. So I would say the best way to enhance romance around the holiday season is to focus on your partner. Make it about them. And as I said earlier, definitely do things together. It's really wonderful when you can make something. Bake cookies. Maybe you want to bake cookies for someone in your neighborhood who's going to be alone. So if you do something with a purpose, that also makes you feel really, really good. So I would say, do something with your partner. Again, doesn't need to be anything big or over the top, but engaging in activities is always a way to spark romance into the relationship. Maybe you can, go for a nature walk together, do a scavenger hunt, like a winter scavenger hunt together, decorate outside your home or outside for a neighbor who can't because of, they're getting a little bit older or they need to isolate or what have you. Doing something for someone together is always very, it gives purpose and brings people together, and that can really spark romance.
Julianne, before I let you go, anything else you'd recommend to people out there who, Christmas holiday related things that they can do or look forward to, whether it's a single man or a single woman or a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, things that they could do to enjoy the holidays and whatever relationship or non-relationship they find themselves in around this time of year?
Sure. I guess I would just say try to put a big positive spin on it. Know that this next year is going to be much better, I think, for everyone in general. And if you can get through this year knowing that, and that things will hopefully be better come the new year and to the spring and summer, and next year is not going to look like it did this year, think positively and just try and connect with whomever special person is in your life. It doesn't necessarily have to be you looking for a partner. If you are single, you don't really need to make it about that to make the holiday season special. And really, I'll go back to consider giving and volunteering this time of year. I've seen so many single clients that I've worked with over the years engage in that activity, and they've actually met someone. So I go back to that and think about that if you're single.
Julianne, always a pleasure talking to you about relationship advice and trying to help all the people out there in relationships or single try to find love or recreate love or find new ways to embrace love around the holidays and the springtime, the summertime. I think there's a lot of value to it, and I think a lot of people out there benefit from all the advice that you have to offer.
Oh, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure speaking with you too.
And a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year as well to you and the family.
Thank you, and yours as well.